Hey guys, King Kaiju here. Today we're back with another Kaiju review, and today we're going to be doing an Ultraman monster instead of the mini Godzilla monsters that I've done in my last few Kaiju reviews. I'm going to break it up and do an Ultraman monster because I still do love Ultraman monsters, and I got one pretty recently that I've been wanting for a very long time, and let me just tell you, I still love it even after having it for a little bit. It is Eleking. This is an older release of Eleking that's based off of his original Showa debut, and let me just say, he looks absolutely fantastic here. Lots of great things to love about this figure that I'll talk more about in the review, so let's not waste any more time and go right into the detail. I think that Bandai captured the, very, I guess, wet feeling of him pretty well. That's a very weird way of putting it, but to any of you who have seen Eleking in any of his debuts, you would know that he looks very slimy. And this figure looks pretty slimy too. The only thing that I think kind of counteracts that is this very muted, black stripe down his back. But I'm glad that they muted it a little bit because it gives the figure some shading. Really, it still does look like he just kind of came out the water. Everything that you'd expect to be painted on Eleking is painted, and everything is detailed great. It does look like a nice little wetsuit going on. It's really nice. Detail's really good, so articulation is pretty good too, right? You would be correct. The arms can move, they can go up and down. Weirdly, they did make the legs move, but not in the way that you might think. The legs can kind of go in and out like this, and the tail can also rotate, which is always nice. Overall, the articulation is just as good as the detail, 5 points, which for a monster that looks like this, I'm surprised about. So let's get on to sizing. To start off those Showa monsters, I'll show one that I also got pretty recently alongside Eleking here, which is Bemular. Bemular is quite a bit taller, which is fairly accurate, but Eleking is also a pretty tall monster, so really he should probably look eye to eye with Bemular. But not a big deal, they still look pretty good next to each other. You can definitely see that these are some of the more bizarre monsters of Ultraman, which could only come out of the 70s. Despite both monsters being from the 60s, dumbass. Next up, I'll bring out another Ultra 7 monster, another one that I've gotten fairly recently. The original King Joe. This is not the Ultra 500 series one. I might have shown that guy off before, but I do have a bigger one now. And they look pretty good next to each other. As said, though, Eleking should probably be a tad bit taller. And screw it, for the hell of it, because I also just kind of got this guy, and I do want to show him off. Here's King Joe Black. Again, looks pretty good. Like I said, though, Eleking should still be like a little bit taller, but you know, they look okay next to each other. They're looking eye to eye. You can have them fight, so that's all that really matters whenever it comes to Kaiju toys. And that's been my review of Eleking here. As said, very good figure, and I think that there's not really a lot to talk about in terms of negatives. Really, the only thing that I think could have been done better is the size. It could have been a little bit taller like Bemular, but it is what it is. Overall, I would say that this guy is very good, and if you haven't added him to your collection yet, you probably should. It's a pretty common figure to find these days. Like, I usually see it go for like under 30 bucks. So I would say if you can find it for that price, definitely get it because this is a very cool figure. Thank you all for watching a ton. I do appreciate it a lot, and I will see you all in the next video.